Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sportsbook Review. I'm Mike Brenner from The Odds Couple. We're talking Major League Baseball today, and my guest today, Mark Lathrop he does Sabermetrics. He predicts the team win totals. I was talking to him off camera. I cannot believe this year went by as fast as it did, because it just seems like 6 months ago that Mark and I did this same video. Last year, I got to put it out there. All right, Mark did very well. 69% of his predictions cashed, and the overs, all right, cashed 63% of the time. Now, I understand that this year the under may be where the value is, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, Mark, first and foremost, glad to have you back on. It's been a very fast year. How's everything going on your end?
It's been going pretty good, running about 60% college basketball. So yeah, you're right. The Major League Baseball season kind of snuck up on us.
I'm telling you, it sure did. All right, what we're going to do the National League today, and then we're going to do American League on another day. But I want you to go ahead and talk about Sabermetrics, the system in itself, how long you've been doing it, and how it can, effectively be a sharp tool for our viewers to cash those Major League Baseball tickets.
Yeah, right. So this is actually my third year of putting this up on SBR. The first year was very successful, especially on the unders. They hit about 81%, which was, mind-blowing. It just says to, pay attention at that multivariate regression analysis. When I was getting that MBA up there, paid attention in class, and now I'm putting it to work. One thing about these models is they are a little optimistic. That means they predict more wins than are actually out there to be had. So that was kind of interesting, and you'll see on my write-ups I actually adjust the model to pick anything under a team that is picked to win within 3 games of their over-under call, and I'm using Bovada right now. So
okay. All right. Well, with that being said, let's get into it with the National League. All right. There's some, a lot of trades took place. A lot of rosters look a whole lot different. And I'm emotional. I do a lot of my picks on emotion and momentum. And I look at the Miami Marlins. Here's a team that went through a hell of a lot. What's your thoughts on Miami this year after everything that happened last year with Jose Fernandez? And, this team seems to maybe have lost some steam, but quietly, I think Don Mattingly will put the pieces back together. What's your thought on those Marlins?
Well, the Miami Marlins are one of my top over picks in the NL East. They're actually projected to have the number 5 offense in the National League. So you look at their division, and they're up against Philadelphia and Atlanta, 34 times a year. And that offense of theirs should be able to beat them up and keep them in those games. They should have a winning record against those 2 bottom teams in that division, which should put them over their 76.5 call at Bovada.
Okay, 76.5. Yeah, they got a lot of steam. They got some bats. There's definitely power in that lineup. How about the New York Mets? If I'm correct, projected at 88.5 wins this year. I don't know. I'm not really sold on that with the Mets. What's your thoughts on that? And is the under where the value is?
That's where I've got them as well. They actually have the worst pitching staff of any team projected to win over 82.5 games this year. So if you look at that, and their division with the offense of Miami and, of course, the Nationals, they're really going to be struggling to hit over 88.5 games. Injury concerns with their top pitchers and their rotation is going to be a big deal. And with that undercall ends up being my best division call for the National League, which is the Nationals at -140. I think you can find it right now.
The Nationals at -140?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the Mets, I was scratching my head, Mark, because that team was just absolutely pounded with injuries last year, and they just seem really to be an injury-prone type of team. I'm a little shocked at that number. I would expect that to come in at about 82 or 83, something like that. What do you think about the Atlanta Braves with that number 73.5 games?
So Atlanta's still terrible, and they're projected to be last in the NL East. Now, here's a good nugget for you. No last-place finisher in the AL East has won more than 73 games in the last 11 years.
Wow. And that's huge. Numbers don't lie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk in Atlanta because of the new stadium in Cobb County, this and that. But you know what? A new stadium doesn't win ball games. I think that's still a team that's totally under construction. All right, what do you think about the L.A. Dodgers, 93.5 wins? What are you feeling about that?
Love them on the over, which is that's a big number to go over the top. But their entire roster is projected to be above average in production. So you look at a team like that that's built that way, they can overcome injuries. And they have the best pitching roster in the major leagues by almost 4 wins, and the second best offensive roster in the major leagues behind the Cubs. So the Cubs actually are, 95.5, and that's a pass for me. But I think with the NL West, the Dodgers should be able to put up more than 93.5 wins. They've got some bottom dwellers in that conference, like the Diamondbacks, who are an undercall, and the Rockies, who are undercall on my models, that, those wins got to go somewhere. And I think the Dodgers are going to be winning a lot of series in that unbalanced schedule in that division.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if they got close to 100 wins this year. And if that team stays healthy, especially in their pitching staff, they're going to be dangerous. They're definitely going to make a run. All right, viewers, you heard it. That's Mark Lathrop. We're talking about Sabermetrics. It's been effective the first 2 years at SBR. I see no reason why it won't be again. So make sure you also check out his article at SBR Sports Picks and break it down. Take advantage of that information. And you can also get a hold of Mark on Twitter at mlathrop3. That's MLATHROP3. Take advantage, a sharp tool for baseball. Mark, thanks so much for your time. I really enjoy this. Let's break down the American League tomorrow, and let's move forward in Major League Baseball.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.